Pip is the greatest gift I ever had. She came into my life at a time when I thought I had it all handled, and didn't. She sat smiling in the moonlight that first night we really connected, and I knew if I spent any time with her that I'd marry her and have children. What a blessing she has been. A cancer in her beautiful breast began the journey of our relationship. And oh, how her courage and strength showed me the way. Her ever-present smile and dry wit kept me on my toes, though it was her unconditional love that had the greatest impact on me. Her love was as strong as a mighty oak, as deep and blue as an ocean, and as powerful as the tides and currents within its depths. Unmoving was her commitment to me and how she saw me. She looked past the rough diamond edges, the Newcastle drawl, the swearing and uncouth behaviors that were leftovers from my yesterdays. She saw only the best in me and had a way of gently nurturing that. Her treatments were brutal, as our primitive medical treatments are. Surgery, chemotherapy and radiation, hormones and early menopause never altered the feminine essence that was my love. The pain of such treatments never brought a moan of discontent, and with the birth of our children she glowed with motherhood, feminine energy, and profound love. All were touched by her beauty, both inner and outer. When we found out she had bone metastasis 7 months or so after the birth of our twins, she apologized. It wasn't herself that she thought of in that moment. It was me and our 3 boys. And then she got up, dusted herself off, and turned on the love valve. Having her second breast removed hurt her a little. It was her personal feelings about womanhood and having that taken away, though she was never more a woman to me than in those times post-surgery. When we brought the boys in to see her the next day, she lifted one by one her children to her wounded breast and never winced. Her strength is burned in my consciousness. Her selflessness and courage are my comforts in this space I now occupy, a space filled with her memories and still such a long way to go in my life. In the next almost 3 years she lived. Oh, how she lived. With my business and career in tatters and my struggle to find myself, my path and direction, she quietly held space for me to grow, nurturing my soul with love and acceptance and firm guidance. She never once let me get away with anything. God, how I respect her for that. The last 6 months of her life seemed an eternity as I dwelt among the moments. Now I long for another moment in her presence. How I'd love her given the chance. How precious I'd hold each minute, each second, were I to have those times again. Pip's last months and days were her greatest gift to me. Gradually, she stepped back from my life. No more fine dinners. It was my turn to cook and clean. Who'll pick those clothes up if you ever leave them there? Her dulcet tones resound deep within my brain. I have the beds to make and the washing to do. How joyously those tasks were completed by our Pip. She coached me with her beingness during those days, comforting me as I comforted her. I never felt closer to her, and felt blessed to have the opportunity to serve her. Then came the time to take her home, take her back to Perth and her friends and family. I glanced at her during our 5-hour flight, and the pain was evident. Such an arduous journey, and none but me would know. She managed in her usual way, with the utmost dignity and care for others. Pip insisted we take her on the planned trip to Rottnest Island, swimming in the azure blue of the Indian Ocean, still appreciating life's beauty and blessings, the simple things. Her last days were a journey of biblical proportions. Veritable 40 days and nights in the desert. Her passing came when she selected her time in her way. When she knew that it was to be all right, she gave me the greatest gift of all. To be with her, sharing space and holding hands when she passed away. It was 12:50 a.m., New Year's Eve. She'd said she wanted to make it till the new year rang in, and she did, exactly. All of the pain of the vigil, all of the fear of getting it right, doing enough, and saying the right things, all of it went with her spirit. Gently, just as she had been throughout her life, she left, and left me without a doubt absolutely clear about who I am and why I am here. Her greatest gift to me was taking my fear with her. My days are now different, that's true, though she's never far away. Our boys are finding the going tough. A love such as Pip's is not easily replaced. We still grow together, her life's gifts like a lotus flower opening slowly, petal by petal, as she forms, as the forms of our lives take shape, fed by such a woman's love. These words, in my own way, are meant to convey my tribute to my love, to the mother of my children, and to you, and to all. We are the better for her being here. I regret not 1 minute, and I blame no one. We are all at choice in the matter of our lives. How we act or react colors our existence. Pip and I chose our love, and tough as it was, it has given me life. I choose to view it from the side of gratitude, not loss and pain. Oh yes, they are present with me and are absolutely appropriate feelings. When you get past the fear, you connect with love and with our own divinity and oneness. Love heals. It heals our souls. It heals our relationships. And it can even heal our planet. My wife gave me this love, and I choose to share it with you. On New Year's Day, I had dinner with the family. Then I went to some of her friends' place for a few drinks. I left about 11:40 p.m., and as I walked the few miles back home, Pip was with me. I felt the energy of creation and possibility, as people celebrated in their backyards. Fireworks went off, and Pip's angelic voice in my head said, "And you were right, just as you knew you would be." What she meant by that was that she was with God in collective consciousness and once again at the seat of creation. I cried.